welcome guys. Today we'll have another warrior guide. This is for Wolcen and this is for the online account. Yes, we're looking at the level 50 online account with my warrior, and what we have is we have a few of the uniques, yes, and those uniques are not necessary, but they do help in terms of damage. What I'll be showing guys mainly is what I'm adding for my perks of attributes, what I'm adding for my skills, what am I using, and what am I doing with my talent tree. So those are the highlights, and this character currently in the endgame, we don't have any trouble with the monsters. So before we go into the fights, which are preview with you guys, I want to show you the skills. The first my skill is the jump. Gives me a buff one end, and also the second skill gives me a lot of other buffs. Attack speed, critical chance, movement, and rage regen. The third one is an interesting one. This is a mage spell. I'm able to use this one because I have a shield that allows me to use basically secret spells. There's two types I found. One is the heal, the other one is channeling spell, so I'm using this one for the heal and also a rage spender. The fourth one is Juggernaut, and if you see my videos, Juggernaut is actually a major source of damage. Right now we're hitting anywhere close to 300k to 600k just with my level 50 online account. Lastly, I'm using the Bleeding Edge. Bleeding Edge actually deals a lot of damage here, you'll be surprised. Let me show you guys the fights. We're fighting the same level mobs as us, so we're fighting level 50 mobs as a demonstration. So, level 50 mobs, or level 49 mobs, because we're leveled here. So you can see that we're actually dealing about close to 90k with one swipe of Bleeding Edge, which we do swipe multiple times. I'll show you guys the whole build after. Yeah, 190k, and everything here basically melts. And that's not all. If you look at my HP, I'm slowly getting high HP because I'm getting more toughness, and on top of that, my block rate is really high. I'll show you guys the block rate. First, let's kill them first. Very, very nice. Much more versatile compared to my previous build with just mainly focus on damage. If you look at my block rate, currently I am sitting at 85% with 15% efficiency. So efficiency is not high, unfortunately for this shield it's only got 15% efficiency. That's the only downside of it. But it's got really high block chance, which is the source of the damage here. Now what I want to show you as well is how much burst damage we can deal. Let's say if I want to burst those down, so I'm going to cast Juggernaut, I'm going to cast my crit spell, go into it, burst. So I did 450k damage. Let's try that again. This time I'm going to fight onto a boss. Let's see how much we hit with a boss. It should be a boss monster, right? If there isn't one, we can just cast on anything. So here I'm going to do the same. I'm going to scream, I'm going to cast Juggernaut, I'm going to jump in. There you go, 470k damage, and sometimes I hit even 600 on random crit. And the fact I'm hitting so hard is because of my talent tree, not because of my items. It's partially contributed to the items, but the items can be fixed because you can socket the items. I can't socket mine because those are uniques, so I actually lose a bit of damage in favor of a stronger effect. So let's do one more and let's see how strong we are. I'm gonna jump for this boss. Where is he? He's over here, right? He's over there. Oh, he did not die. That's anticlimactic. I'm waiting for this one. I can kill them with one shot with other spells, but I just want to show you how much we can burst. Where is he? There you go. He died after the second try. So, yeah. Normally we can just spam Bleeding Edge and we already do so much. And we have almost enough rage to always sustain over 750, which is crucial. I can also have the willpower spender. I have 3 regeneration of rage, 2 spenders, or 2 regens and 1 spender. They all spend the willpower and gives me more rage, and this is so powerful. Let's come back to town. I'll go through the details of this build with you guys. The fact is you don't need my items because if you get a weapon with 3 socket, if you socket 3 of the attack 1 gems, it will do more damage than this one. Well, I'm keeping this one for the crowd immunity. I'm keeping this shield because this shield just happens to allow me to cast spells. And I just want to cast spells as a warrior. Because otherwise, to cast a spell like this, you need a catalyst. But if you don't have that, this shield is absolutely fine. This little silly little rare shield I found gives 24% block rate. There's almost no difference. So, in terms of attributes, I'm adding pretty much 2 to 1, so 2 ferocity and 1 toughness. And I'm trying to catch up my toughness to 300, then we go 2 for 1 again. After that, the base stats are showing here. We have 85% block rate, 15% block chances, HP is not that high, about 20,000 effectively. And in terms of damage, we have Toxic and Frost, just because my rings, my gears give me those. I didn't build for any of that. Alignment, defensively, we're looking at about 18 or 16% resistance, which is not a big factor, because you block so much, and the biggest factor here is my Life Leech. I'm leeching life at 7%. So imagine if I'm doing 90,000 damage, 7% of that, how much is that? Is 7,200, right? It's about 7,000-ish. Yeah. I'm leeching life about 7,000 life each time I hit an enemy. I'm hitting multiples of them. So I'm healing about a third of my life every half second with this spell. And my life just goes up. If they can't one-shot me, I almost instantly heal to full. This is why I'm going for Life Leech. It's easy to get this high for two things. One is because I have a ring that gives 2 global Life Leech. But if you don't have the ring, what you can do is you can socket in for a Life Leech gem, which I haven't been socketing my gears, as you can see. Where is the socket? Oh, should be somewhere here. Let me see if I can find it first. There you go. This is the one. The Copperstone. Life leeches from physical spells, and if you're doing most of the physical spells like I do, this is perfect. And just get 2 or 3 of them into the support 1 socket, and you just get more Life Leech. I didn't need more Life Leech, but I can build for more. Now, after speaking of that, let's look at the skills. Pretty standard. I level all the skills to 47 pretty much, and this gives me the best chance of getting the perks out. Nothing too special for the first skill. The crucial part is for the Rage Ranged, for the increase of damage dealt after the landing. That's the biggest part. After that, you know, we get a buff for every enemy we hit, which is pretty good. So those 3 are the crucial ones. Everything else you can go, you know, anything works. Here I went for the crit, I went for the shockwave. Second one is pretty nice. The Shout. The Shout gives us movement speed, it gives us the increased effectiveness, critical crit chance, very good, increased reaction, resilience, and also it gives us rage generation. So this is pretty much golden ticket for us. Also give us 300 rage each time we cast. Those are the buffs we get. The third one is optional. If I don't have the shield, which I never used to have, I just got it just then. So if I don't have that shield that allows me to cast spells, I'll be using my little charge. And just to show you how good the charge is, it's probably better than the shield. So check it out. Look at this. I charged the entire map, and I still have enough rage to go more. So this is how good the little charge is. It's a great spell when there's open airways of map and you want to travel, and you just hold on to it, just let it go. You don't want to hit anything now. The moment you hit anything, it stops. You keep charging with Forge of a Path, and after that you can go increase movement speed. Everything else is just standard. You get the rage when you hit them, and that's all. I like the stun, so I'm going for those 4 usually. Increase rage, get the stun, just increase the direction, and you just keep charging by holding on, and increase movement. Let me show you again. It's so fun. Check it out. It just keeps going. If there wasn't a statue, I would hit the palace there, because I have so much rage. Okay, keep going. We have Juggernaut. Juggernaut is a massive source of burst damage. What this allows us to do is, with higher block rate, which we have 85% of that, I'll show you the perks, this is very strong. Because this increased my Juggernaut damage over 400, 500, 600k. I need more sockets of block chance. Once I get them, this Juggernaut will hit close to 600k, which is how much I was hitting with a crit. And we crit a lot. After that, we have reduced reach cost, we have increased maximum shield, we have lower cooldown. Nothing too special. I didn't even perk this one. I should get this one too. I just leveled up. Now, the first burst spell is Bleeding Edge, the second one is Juggernaut. Because Juggernaut have a cooldown, now it's only 4 seconds because I've stacked a lot of cooldown reduction on my gear. So what I do with my, actually no, it's 15 seconds, what am I saying? So 15-second Juggernaut, this is the first source of burst damage. When I see a skull or when I see something on the map that I want to burst down, I cast Juggernaut, I cast this spell which gives me all the buffs of the crit chances, I jump onto the monster, then I cast Juggernaut again to explode to do your damage. Followed by that, you can see Bleeding Edge is the next source of stable income of damage. It's a rage spender, and we only want to spend both of them when my rage is over 750, which I do double damage with that. I can go for the Astral Orb, which is a crucial one for this. This doubles your damage output, because before that you do 0.45 seconds, with this you do 1.45 seconds. It triples your damage output. And after that, you want the critical damage, you want weapon damage, you want critical chance. After that, you can get more of the weapon damage, you get reduced reach cost, and you get a few more. You can get up to 10 points at level 60 or level 90. Maybe close to high levels, you get more points. Because my high-end account on offline, we were looking at 10 points for each skills. So, how am I hitting this hard, and why is it so strong? There's a few things. The first factor is something I shared with my other guide. It's the most broken talent here. It's a Bane of Trinity. Now the developer says they're going to change it. Maybe they were too busy last patch with the maintenance. They didn't change it yet. Because they haven't changed it, this single perk is giving me 300% more damage. So let's have a look. Having 25% shield block, effectively, let's see how much damage I get. I'm looking at 8,000 average damage. Without the shield, I'm looking at close to 3,000 damage. So this shield with 25% chance of block gives me so much damage. Itself doesn't give us that much, only 25 attributes, but it's the block chances with that perk that give us so much damage. So this is a must-have, Bane of Trinity. And because my Juggernaut requires me to have higher block rate, having the Siege Breaker with the Belgian banner and also going for the perk with the Proud Helm gives me 50% block by stacking the block rate. Because I'll be the one engaging, I'll get in there first, I'll use my burst spells before I lose my block chances. Second to that, next source of burst damage, I'm sure some of you have noticed, is the Child of Fury. Basically, having rage that's over 750, if you cast a rage spell, you explode everything with double damage. This multiplies onto everything. Critical damage, it multiplies onto the Bane of Tyranny. After that, what I have is another source of multiplier. I talk about this in my guide again. This actually increased our damage. We started with 200k damage. By picking this perk, we went for 270k damage. So this effectively increased damage by at least 50 or close to 50%. So nothing too fancy. After that, I went for the defensive perk with Brand and Bust, and also I went for a lot of rage particular spells. Here I have maximum rage and willpower, maximum rage willpower, maximum rage and willpower. Here I have the maximum rage and willpower. Now why did I take this path? Why did I take this path? For two reasons. I plan to curve into this side for my future levels because this has maximum health. This has, when you block, you actually debuff enemies with weakness. This also have a lot of the blocking perks, 5% block, 5% block, stack of weakness, and also this is so many life here, 15%, 15%, 15%. Those are really good. Also more block chances. So the higher block chances, the stronger I am. And also this curving here avoids those two perks. I don't really need spell damage, I don't need alignment. So that's why I went for this way. Now if you're leveling up, what I recommend is go for an offensive path, go up to the wild card, and after that what you want to do is you want to first spin this way. Because there's no point of getting the block initially because you might not be using the block. You want to maximize on getting the frenzied blow first, then you want to curve towards this way so you open yourself the opportunity to get your block the moment you get a good shield. What determines if you go for the Bane of Tyranny is that, well, if you get any shield that's 18% or higher with block chances, which they all do, you just go for this. So I recommend going for this one first, then shift this further, go for the Bane of Tyranny. You don't even have to go for this particular not with the Belgian banner because you don't have that much damage initially with Juggernaut. Because you only get this bonus damage with Juggernaut after you get to level 40, I believe. Now without this one, your Juggernaut will lose at least 30 or 40% damage. So I'm looking at 400, 500k down to 200 and 300k damage, which is still a lot. After getting those two, what I'm going to look for is you want to path over here for the defensive capacity with the Branded Bust, and also this opens up for the 400 additional rage and willpower. This allows you to always be sitting on top of your 750 rage and you'll be doing burst damage this way. After that, what I did was I curved onto this way. I had two choices. If I wanted more rage and willpower, I go down here. I wanted more damage, so I went for this side. The future leveling perspective for me is going to perk out this one, which gives me more damage for rage. We're sitting on how much rage? We're sitting on 1.5k rage. And after that, after getting this perk, I might get the rage on kill, which continuously gets more rage, but I don't really need that. I don't need any of the small perks. This is okay for the 4% damage for nearby enemy, but they die instantly, so I don't recommend that. I recommend going to this part, get more HP, and get more points. And one thing I did forget to mention is how much lifesteal I get from this. I got 2% here and 2% here. Those 4% will contribute almost instant heal for me. I'm quitting for 50k, 60k, and the 4% here will heal me for 3 or 4,000, and that's every second against every unit. So, at the current level, level 50, you can see that we don't have any troubles with most of the monsters. Yes, you will get more difficult, but if you get more perks with HP and block rate, you will reduce damage by a lot, and you can be much stronger. And lastly, you might say, yes, you have a lot of the unique items. If I don't have them, there's not much of a change. So I'll show you this one. Basically, the difference between those two shield is about 600 damage. And that's not that terrible with 8000 damage already from the particular perk of plus 50 damage per block rate. And having this and not having this also changes my block rate. Because I can socket here, my block rate goes up to 95% and also 22% efficiency, which means less damage taken. So there's always a trade-off. But it's just so much fun to be able to cast a mage spell when you're fighting. That's the biggest part for me. So thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this short guide on the existing online character I'm playing. This is actually very fun right now because I heal so much. I'm so durable. I can face tank almost every boss. I'll go further, and there's a small uplight. I'm finding 2 more uniques, and this unique allows me to cast shadow-based spells using rage. And if rage doubles the damage, I can double the damage of my shadow spells. So this is going to go on to the mage account that we're going to try it out. And after that, we'll also find a staff. This staff allows basic attack projectile to bounce 2 times to nearby enemies, which is a little awkward, but I'll find a way to do it. I'll be a right-click mage. We shall see, guys. Thank you for watching, guys. Yes, if you like my builds and if you like my guides, I'll be posting more of them as I discover them, as our friends share it with me, as we find more endgame gears and more combinations. Definitely subscribe onto our YouTube channel, and feel free to say hi on Twitch. I'll be streaming Wolcen and Underlords most of the time over the weekends, and also the weekdays. Thank you again for your support, guys. I'll see you next time.